Welcome, everybody, to the Notorious OTB, brought to you by Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And, folks, as always,
it's all good, baby. It was all a dream.
We used to read Blood Horse magazine.
Cuban B.
And I'm your host, Chase Sessoms, the Wolf of Oaklawn.
I'd rather be trapped than lazy. Don't care what they say, I'ma do what pays me.
It happens every year about this time. Weaklings act like they lost their mind. Alphas reclaim the neighborhood. Rob the sheep and all the wolves get good.
Yes. Welcome to the show. Joining me, as always, you might know him as the Michelangelo of the crime, Michael Jordan. He's your favorite capper's favorite capper. Ladies and gentlemen, Barry the Sniper Spear.
You know how we do. Rockefeller. Forever. Catch me skating through your town, putting it down. Y'all relating, no waiting. I'll make your block infrared hot. I'm like Satan.
Infrared hot. Barry, what's going on?
I'm trying to be infrared hot.
Yeah. We're gonna have to pay about as much as like an infrared system probably costs to Jay-Z. So it's cool. It all tracks. It all tracks.
You know, we got it.
Yeah, man. Barry, we need to get the stink off. We struck out yesterday. I struck out yesterday.
I didn't even get a chance.
Your horse said fuck it all, and then just didn't start.
No basketball, no round ball rock for anybody.
No round ball rock in the slightest. Barry, it's
Sir,
Wednesday.
Do
you know what does Wednesday mean?
Wednesday means it's one day closer to putting it on our mama.
That's true. That is true.
But today it's best bets at the Keeneland. I like that.
There we go. Well, real quick, we got Junior Mafia, which, by the way, Junior Mafia, I just showed Barry for a mock-up. We got a pretty sweet hat coming for you.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting that one. Faux shizzle.
Keith Borga, he's a real one because he's always first in the chat.
Yeah.
Happy Wednesday, fellas. It's Keeneland
Keith
money.
Borga he's Junior Mafia. He is Junior Mafia, right?
Yeah, he's not. Nick Severs is Lil Cease, but he's somewhere between like Lil Cease and Lil Kim, whatever that step is.
Ooh, that's interesting.
What
does that look like actually? Because Little Kim changed herself, and Little C's I'm sure is as fat as anything. So yeah,
true.
That's not a good mix.
We got the guy. I hope he's related to the ever so sexy Ned Beatty. He says he totally agree. Also, he needs some Two Takes merch. I might have I'll have a QR code that you can scan for a fatty back tattoo that you can get of Two Takes Tyrone here. All right, guys, it's Wednesday. We're back at our old tricks. Wednesday best bets. Today, Barry and I have picked this Keeneland card clean to find our choicest cuts for today's best bets. They can be high confidence. They can be high odds. Ideally, they're a little bit of both. We're talking Keeneland today, the 16th of April, year of our Lord 2025. Post time for the card, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. God's time, 10 a.m. Pacific time on the coast. And Barry, I actually get to lead it off today because that's how
numbers work.
God, shout out to numbers. You were a real one. My best bet, Barry, is coming out of race 6 furlongs, $120,000. Non-winners of one something. I'm not here to read your fucking conditions. Which on the dirt here, and I'm going to play a win on number 7 as well as an exacta. So I'm playing a win on the 7 Grady Ritchie M. The pace should be ample, and there's a horse here that's the type of horse I want that I found that I've really been liking and using lately. It's these horses that take 2 steps forward, then they run into a little bit of trouble after improving figures in 2 straight starts. They drop off just a little bit, but with their form cycle, they might be ready to still take that step forward that they didn't last time, where they didn't maybe get to give the most honest of efforts. I feel like I've got one here with a pace setup, and I'm taking Maker with the Axeman, which, by the way, if you're Axel Concepcion, how pissed off are you that Luan Machado is the Axeman?
Unbelievably mad.
Unbelievably. I've got them up on a flying pea horse. Shout out to, was it Richie Provenzano, who's also a chain god. I've seen him rocking his Cuban link in
Oh,
Saratoga. Yeah. Um, yeah. This feels like all sorts of this horse is going to run a hole in the wind. It was running very well at Oaklawn. It took that small step back last time, but I think Maker has been working the shit out of this horse towards this specific spot. He's been going once a week and going 5 furlongs. The last kind of slow, easy ones that makes me think that they're kind of holding it back for race day. It's going to sit behind a very hot tempo, and we'll see if the middle of the track works out kind of like it was last week. I'm doing a part wheel exact because the 7 is valuable no matter where it finishes in the exacta, just so long that it finishes in the exacta. And I'm using the other off-pace horse I like to win with the 6 with Irad up and Augusta Melody for Brittany Russell. And then I'm going to use another big price underneath that should be in a wide path. And it's the 8 trust issues for Michelle Lovell with Luis Saez. I think this horse should probably be plenty forwardly placed. That's why you get Luis Saez up on a mount like this. He broke the maiden with this horse. So I think you got 2 prices that you could play. If you feel froggy, you could use all 3 of these to daily double into Barry's play. You could use just the long prices. You could just use the 2 horses I have on top in the exacta. The world is your fucking oyster. Barry, you've got a bet for us. I've already alluded to where it comes from because there's a daily double possible here. But real quick, got to get a word in from our good friends, the Sure Betties, the ladies, Claire and Noelle at Sure Bet Coffee, and their delicious breakaway bold, 100% delicious, masterfully roasted Arabica beans. It takes Colombians out of the drug game. $1 of each bag goes to equine aftercare. Check it out, surebetcoffee.com.
It's time to fuck shit up with Sure Bet in your cup.
Barrington Steel.
Yes.
Your turn. You're in race 7. What are we doing here?
So race 7, nice 5.5 furlong, first level allowance race, $120,000 purse. And this is a really big field, which is great. I like big fields in these short races because there's always opportunities when horses kind of don't fire and such, and you're able to get some prices. I ended up on number 2, Tales of the Heart. Now, if you look at this horse's overall body of work, if those were American running lines, basically if this horse had been running here, this horse would probably be, I'd say 2-1 on the morning line. I mean, the horse broke his maiden first time out at Kempton in an easy effort on the synthetic, then gets into a stake race, finishes second with Billy Buick, and then goes into graded stakes company or group 2, group 3, and runs well. Laid off, ends up over here. I'm gathering that this horse wants a firmer ground, gets Lasix for the first time, been training lights out since this horse has been over here, or at least in Florida anyway. You'll see the succession of 3 bullets in a row. Not that there was a lot of horses running on, at Payson or anywhere else down there because everybody's kind of leaving Florida. But it's still worth noting that this horse is training well. If you look at the running lines and watch any of these races, this horse could be either on the lead or off it. Doesn't really matter. And I think that's kind of the case throughout this whole field, that it doesn't matter. I think this horse might be better than these horses. If you want to pair this up with another one, you might want to look at Latin Fever, the other quote unquote foreign horse. But Tales of the Heart looks pretty solid in a spot that might be way easier than what this horse was doing before they went on the layoff. So to the hoop, Tales of the Heart, number 2, let's get it.
Yeah, and so that gives us what we'll go a team double here. In my leg, I'll say 6-7, and you'll say 2-3, right?
Yes, sir.
There we go. We got a team double. We got ourselves set up to initiate the Stunner Shades and Every Chain I Own sequence when we both cash today. Barry, let's wrap up some picks here. I'll go ahead. I'll lead it off. because that's how numbers work. All right, race 6. I'm playing a win bet on the number 7, Great Richie M, who's at a big price, I believe, 12-1. Exacta, a little part wheel action, 6-7 with 6-7-8. And if you want a daily double into Barry's 2 horses in his race, we're going to use that 6-7. Barry.
Race 7, number 2, Tails of the Heart to the Hoop. If you want to frog, you get that double in. Get that double in.
Yeah. Make sure you get that double. Yeah, there's a second one. That was the kill shot. There we go.
There you go.
Let's
double tap.
Double tap. Oh, I'm pressing all sorts of wrong buttons here. Keith says, good luck. Love the picks. Well, guess what, Keith? We love you. Just for you. Not for any ulterior motive. Not because you hook us up sweet with picks. Though we haven't in a couple days. We're going to do it today, though. All right. Barry, that's it for us today here at the Notorious OTB. We looked through the Keeneland card, as I like to say, from the rooter to the tutor, the whole card. We've given you our best bets. We're out today. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon with a Thursday big show. And guess what?
Oh, it's big.
It's big. We got 2 people joining us, and they're not from the same entity. This is like when the Flintstones met the Jetsons. We got Josh Rodriguez, our boy Cherry Drink, joining us from On the Wrong Lead, and our man, Louis Rabot & Co., host on ESPN Louisville, joining us tomorrow. We're going to be talking Oaklawn Handicap Day with a $100 budget. God bless Oaklawn, because they put on a banger card for that day. That's going to do it for us. We will see you tomorrow with more Notorious OTB. We love you. Mwah. Bye. Mwah. Mwah.